Hi, so today I have my new DJI Mini Pro 4 drone, and it's just arrived. I've burst the security seal, so I'm just going to unpack it and let's see what's in the box with it. Got some packing material and the Pro itself. Otherwise the box is empty. Put that to one side. It's all sealed up, and I've got my packing list with everything in it, so there we go. Right, I'm going to take the cellophane off this and then I'll come back and reopen it in a second. Okay, so struggling with the cellophane, but it's off. So it's a DJI Mini 4 Pro combo. So let's see what we've got in the box and how it's packaged, shall we? We'll take that strip off it. See the box there. Scan it for DJI Fly. It all comes packed in a bag. So the box is basically redundant. Let's see what we've got as we open the package up. I have to say the little bag looks great. Open it all the way around. That's it. So we've got the RC2 controller. We've got the battery charging pack with 2 spare batteries, plus the one that should be in the drone. And on top of that, in here, we have a little bag of goodies, which incorporates cables, spare blades, and what looks like a screwdriver from what I can see in there. So just open this up first. And the bag itself has its shoulder strap, has compartments in it for everything, instruction booklet as well, some silica gel back pops, and that's the bag. Very neat. The bag of goodies, as I said, spare blades, spare propellers, and the cables, C to C and USB to C as well, and the aforementioned screwdriver. So there we go. So, charger with the batteries, 2 batteries, ultralight 249 batteries. I understand you can get some longer lasting batteries, but they take the weight of the drone over 249 grams. So it does. So that's what we have, the RC2 controller, all set up, ready for charging, I would guess. And finally, the drone itself. I try and keep these bags in case I move things on, and I package them up in the original gubbins. So it comes with a propeller protector, gimbal protector, and a battery already inserted, I hope. So that's it, that's how it comes. What I'm going to do now is charge it all up and get it ready for its first flight, which hopefully I might be able to get out today and just raise it up and down and see how it goes. But first of all, I'm going to get these batteries charged and then come back to it then, and then make sure everything's okay.
About 10 feet away,
just taking away the gimbal protector, moving that out. There's a piece of foam sat behind the gimbal motor there for packaging and protection in transit, which you need to remove, and also obviously the stickers that come with it, which are self-adhesive fortunately, and likewise there's a film around the gimbal itself, which we can just take off and have the gimbal all in one place. So I'm going to charge this now, as I said there before, and then see how we're ready to go. Okay, so that took a little bit longer than I expected, and I won't be able to go out to fly tonight because it started to rain. But first off, the battery charger holds 3 batteries. Normally I would put the 3rd battery from the drone in here and keep them in here for safety's sake. Also, It gives the indicator lights here for when it's being charged up, and also the C charger and also a USB out. So you can actually power other appliances, gizmos, phones, etc. with this battery pack if you're not using it. The other thing about this battery pack apparently is that if it's not been used for 7 or 8 days and the batteries are charged, they will charge themselves down to about 60%. So something to bear in mind if you're putting these into storage. Okay, so the drone itself, I've charged it up because apparently using the USB-C, I left the battery in situ, didn't use a charger. Charge it up because you need to do that to make the batteries intelligent and connect to the drone and also the controller. Also inserted a 256 card. I use a SanDisk Extreme card. They're my preferred choices. And then I've just packed that all up just to see how it looks for the moment. So if I open this up, taking the protector out of it, it goes like that to one side. Open up the arms. 1, 2, 3, and 4. There we go. So that's the drone itself, all set there. Which one do we have? The gimbal protector. So I'll just take that off if I can remember how to do it. There we go. You can move this around by hand, but one thing you can't do is when the power's connected, try and move that by hand. Just leave it alone and it'll be absolutely fine. So on the front, as we can see, we've got 2 sensors here, and there's also 2 more sensors here at the pack for distance and objects in the way, and underneath there's also 2 sensors here and a light for nighttime use, which is quite useful. So turning this on, it's holding the button down here once and then pushing it slightly longer to turn it on. So it's 1, hopefully that'll turn it on. There we go. And then that should then connect to the controller. There we go, so that's good. So those lights will change when we make the connection to the controller. The controller is here. There we go, and apparently the method of turning on is exactly the same. Before I do that, I put the toggle switches into place. Now these are stored underneath in these compartments here, and they are quite fiddly. So I would suggest if you've got big clumsy fingers like me, when you're putting them into place, you do it somewhere you can see them if you happen to drop them. So turning this on, 1, 2, turns the screen on. That light hasn't gone green over here yet to show it's connected to the aircraft. And the screen is booting up, first time use. And there we go. We have to go through all the welcome connections on there. So it's connected to the drone now because that left hand button has gone green here. And these will now talk to each other, I believe. So first off, let's go through this menu. So next I'm going to select English. I'm going to agree to the T's and C's. I'm going to use my area. Where am I? United Kingdom. I will do. Tick yes. Next, please. There's my Sky network. That's fine. Okay, so that's my Sky network. It's asking for my password. Just excuse me while I put that in. Okay, so we're connected to Wi-Fi. I'm not in Beijing, so let's see if we can find where we are. Why are these not alphabetical? I guess it's because it's time from GMT. So we're on summertime, so we're 1 hour up. Let's go to Dublin. So that's okay. Go next. That is correct. And then want me to log into my DJI account. So I've logged into my DJI account and we come to this welcome screen. So let's start. Screen gestures back and forward, swipe horizontally from edge. So you can follow all those through quite nicely and we'll get you through to DJI. And there we go. All set up. I hope I can shoot shots like this. Welcome, Public Improvement. So yes, I will join, why not? So we're going through now to hopefully connecting and activating the aircraft. There we go. Now as we've done that, the lights on the aircraft have gone from red to green and the activation's taken place, and now it's all set up ready to go through. I can go through care refresh, but I will look at those at some other time. Confirm, thank you very much. And there's an update to do, so this again will take some time. We'll come back to that once it's done. Okay, so that download and installation of updates, firmware, etc. to both the drone and to the controller took about 15 minutes. Well, it gave me a chance to get a cup of coffee anyway and carry on. Since then, it did the updates, it installed, and it went through a questionnaire asking you some questions about why you bought the drone, how you bought it, where you intend to use it, and what your sort of level of competency is. Mine is a beginner, I have to say, from the start. So we've gone through here now, gone to display zoom. For the benefit of the screen, I've chosen the larger text here so that I can get through there, and I can go to those three dots and disable an eco mode before using this feature. Take off as soon as possible after disabling. Okay, so I'm not going to take off anyway. So there we go, and we're seeing the image from the camera. And as we can see, it's still pouring down with rain outside, so we won't be going anywhere tonight. So that's that. I will carry on through these buttons here and start off with the safety. This is obstacle avoidance action. Choosing brake will stop the aircraft from hitting trees, walls, hopefully. It's not that good around thin wires, I'm led to understand. So I'm going to choose bypass, and it'll fly around over, maybe even under in some cases. I'm going to display the radar map, and I will choose advanced return to home, and my altitude will be set to 100 meters, so I will leave it to that. Update the home point for where you take off and use that when it's in flight. AR settings, show automatic return to home point, and show the aircraft shadow. So when it's coming down to land, you'll see the shadow on the screen and where it's going to target its landing point as well. Flight protection, maximum altitude, it's set to 120 meters. Now here in the UK, our maximum height is 120 meters or 400 feet. So that's where I'm going to leave it, because I don't want to be breaking the law, and I'm going to reduce the limit on that down to about 1 kilometer, as it says there. When I get there, if it will allow me to do that again, go back to the screen. I must have touched the wrong button. So I'm just going to take it down, take it 1.5 kilometers or thereabouts, that'll do. Sensors, do I need to calibrate the compass? It's not telling me to do so. Batteries there, auxiliary LED is set to auto. I'm not going to change any of those settings. Find my drone, start flashing and beeping using all the maps, which is great. So that'll do good, and it's got me about right. and then advanced safety settings. So signal lost, return to home, again going to leave it to that. Emergency propeller stop, emergency only. I've been told not to use these because if you do, it's likely to fall out of the sky. So I don't really want to try and use an emergency propeller stop unless it's on the ground or I've got hold of it, one or the other. So they're the safety features. Control units, I'm going to go to Imperial because I'm old-fashioned. I'm going to stay on larger text. The subject scanning, when enabled, aircraft automatically scans and displays subjects in the camera view. Only available for single shot photos and normal video recording. So I'm going to turn that on if I can. Well, it won't let me, so there we go. And I would guess that's when it's set to normal here. If it's in cinematic, it probably won't allow it. And also in sports mode. Focus track settings are automatically set in person. So that's for tracking somebody walking, running, an object, etc. when you're going along. Gain expo, gimbal is gimbal mode, follow mode. I'm just going to leave all those settings as they are. I'm not going to recenter it and just stick mode 2. So where we've got here, this is, you can change the settings. So I've changed them over from how they come as standard. Mode 2 is what I'm used to. So mode 2 takes it up, down, left and right. And here off the right hand stick, forward, backwards, left and right again. So it's quite good for doing that. So I'm going to leave that stick mode exactly where it is. So to be sure, like I said earlier on, keep them or attach them in a place where if you do drop them, you've got a good chance of finding them. So they go on, as I say, they store on the back. So moving up to camera, JPEG. Yeah, I shall leave JPEG for the moment, 16.9. I'll leave it at 12 MP as well, resolution, anti-flicker to auto. Histogram, I can turn that on, I think. I can indeed, so I can have a histogram on the screen. Peaking level, low, which is fine. Overexposure warning, yes please. And I will put grid lines on to the screen so I can follow where we're going, and you can see the screen lines will come on here. Frame guide, I'm going to leave that off for the moment, but it does allow you to go widescreen and mobile, so I'm just leaving it off so as it is. White balance, I'm leaving it to auto, and I've got a storage card in, of which I've got 209 gigabyte free, and internal storage on here is 2 gigabyte. Other things on this controller: return to home button for stopping flight, C for cinematic, M for normal, S for sport, and the power button on and off, and up and down. I could start it here if I wanted inside, but I'm not going to. And I'm going just to leave it like that for the moment and say this is where we are. And there's those grid lines that have come on that I've put onto the system. So one final thing about the controller, just quickly, having explained the return to home button and the pause in flight and cinematic, normal and sport modes and power. 2 antennas, which should be pointing always towards the drone. And on the bottom of here, we've got another C charger for the USB cable for the power, and also memory card if you want to add additional memory storage into the controller, and 2 little screw holes for attachments such as a lanyard if you want to put a neck lanyard on. And on the back we've got buttons you can customize, let's put it that way, a C1 and C2 depending on how you want to set them. You've got the holders for the toggles so you don't lose them. Given the fact that you can drop them so very easily, I think I'm going to invest in a couple of spare pairs to carry in my pouch because I am quite clumsy with them. And then we've got a photograph button for taking stills, and then you've got the video recording button. You also got gimbal control button for up and down, and a zoom button for the lens to zoom in and out as well. And that's really the quick overview of the controller, which doesn't weigh very heavy at all. And that's it for the moment. When I get around been able to do the first flight, weather permitting, I shall record that and show you how bad I am at flying one of these things. So thanks for watching, hope it's been useful.